Hello, everybody. I am the disembodied hand of Ian Boswell, and I'm here to answer just one question. What is the Steam link? It's that. That's the Steam link. There you go. Questions answered. Have a good one. A quick examination of the box reveals that it is in fact manufactured by a little company called Valve. You might have heard of them, maybe, in Redmond, Washington. And it's basically, there's their address. They apparently have a European one in Luxembourg. Great country. Play all your Steam games on your TV. And it's an international thing. All right, as soon as we flip it open, well, there's this thing. I don't know what it is. We'll just toss that over there. We don't need that. Underneath it, we have some instruction manuals. Sweet! Oh, hey, there's something that you lift out of the box. Da-na-na-na! Oh, it's power cables for every possible country out there. I don't know which one this is. This looks like Germany. Probably Europe in general, 220-volt outlets. And this is, honestly, don't recognize that one either. If you're from this country, say it in the comments. Hey, that's my outlet type. I recognize that because everything I use uses that. What's this? Audio? No, wait. Power. Oh, wait, that's the power. Okay. I see it's already got the American plug plugged in because these are manufactured in the good old US of A. See on the inside a nice Luke Skywalker lightsaber shade of blue. Yeah, a lot of people went to see the movie, but they didn't realize that the lightsaber was actually the one from when Darth Vader sliced his hand off, and then later Luke made his own lightsaber that was green, but they deleted the scene, so I guess it's not really relevant to the story of Star Wars. Anyway, if that's a spoiler, I don't think it's a spoiler. It's a lightsaber. If it's blue, you know where it came from. Cloud City. There you go. All right. Oh, I guess we need that thing over there after all. So this here is the Steam Link thingamajiggy. It's even got the FCC or whatever saying that they like it. Cool. We got, so maybe it won't burst into flame like the ever so popular hoverboard. And on the front we have two USBs, another HDMI. Maybe that's the HDMI port. What? Power? No, that's power. So now we plug in the power. The power. There it is. That's how you plug things in. You know, I gotta say, this thing's pretty sturdy. It really sticks in there. Okay, so as soon as I have the thing all plugged in, I get this. So it's asking for a USB keyboard and or controller and or the Steam controller. So we'll just get one of those. Oh, here's one. It's made of bamboo. That'll work. Well, the first design oddity I'm noticing about it is that the USB ports are on the same side as the Ethernet and the HDMI, so if you have something plugged into it, like, say, a traditional Xbox controller that requires a cable, as opposed to one with a wireless adapter, you actually have to rotate the thing around, so its butt is basically facing the living room, which not only doesn't look as cool as if it were turned around, but it's also just kind of weird. I mean, now I've got all these cables dangling down that should just be running towards the back. Just for layouts purposes, it's kind of weird. Okay, so I guess the side port was actually USB all along. I retract all my previous statements and complaints I'd made. Now, obviously, you could plug a hub into it and then have that facing the room, which I think is what I'm going to ultimately end up doing. Here, we're just going to set up our language. We're going to set it to English. And then it's going to be restarting with our new language, which I hopefully picked English. I did pick English, right? You saw me do that, right? That was English. It can very quickly pick the networks up. It very quickly, actually. And with that, it's now connecting to the network. I wonder what will happen next. Okay, so there's my computer. And downloading an update. I guess we're linked to the Steam Link whatever network thing. Really not sure what this is actually going to be able to do. I'm kind of hoping I can access a web browser through it so I can browse the web on my TV as if it were through my PC downstairs, which would be really awesome, and I'd like that. Also being able to access other things on my PC other than Steam. while it's downstairs would also be fantastic, such as, basic Windows applications. So it'd be like having a TV both here and there, and that would be amazing. I don't know if this does that. I hope it does that. I don't know if it does that. We'll find out. So the very first thing I'm noticing is that there is a slight delay. And I'm not sure if this is due to my network and the connectivity to my actual PC downstairs, or if this is due to the USB connection or the HDMI connection. The HDMI cable is rather short, so the connection should not be slowed by that means. But as you can see here, I'm going to move my mouse, and then the pointer moves. So there's a little bit of a delay. Right, 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 left, 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 right. I mean, it doesn't make the game unplayable. I think you could easily play even a Twitch-based, finesse-based shooter, just accounting for that little bit of delay. But it gets kind of jumbled and confusing after a while if you're doing a lot of movement. Now it's giving me a PIN number that says to complete first-time connection, enter this PIN on my computer. So let's go downstairs and do that. So on my computer, on its own, while Steam was running, this little pop-up appeared. So we're going to enter the number together. It is 4375. And we're going to see what happens. Oh, it appears to enter big picture mode for a second, and then it left for some reason. Okay, so now that's exactly what I wanted to do. That is exactly what I wanted to do. It's remote controlling my computer. Oh, just look at it. It's all there. Color seems to be okay, I guess. Yeah, I think it's just the TV. All right, awesome. We're remote controlling the computer. Let's try some stuff out. Okay, so first thing I want to talk about is how the lag on the mouse is actually not bad at all. It's actually quite, very much workable, actually. The speed for the scroll wheel responsiveness is also pretty good. So I'm going to wheel down, wheel up, wheel down, wheel up. There's maybe like a quarter of a second delay at best. So wheel up, wheel down, wheel up, wheel down, wheel up, wheel down. So it does have a delay. One interesting thing of note, it doesn't seem to handle full screen applications very well. So if I go full screen, for instance, with Guild Wars 2 as opposed to a Steam game, and it doesn't have the Steam shell wrapped around it, I have noticed that it will have some issues with displaying in the proper resolution, because this TV is a 1920 by 1080 TV, and my computer's monitor is 4K. So I don't actually know what technical resolution I'm actually displaying it. I don't know if it's downscaling or what. Obviously, according to the game, I'm in, let's see, graphics. It says that I'm in whatever the window wants to be. Well, that's helpful. That's helpful, thanks. But if I try to go full screen, it locks up and nothing is accessible, and I have to Alt-Enter to get back into the actual game. So it doesn't do full screen unless it's running through Steam. But that's not a big problem, because I think it's actually doing some real funny business to even get this far and get it working. I'm also going to give this the Radassume frame rate test that I usually give stuff these days just to make sure it runs. And yeah, it looks like it's running at a good frame rate in Radassume, which is very crowded while rotating around. I'm not getting any choppy frames really, so that's also good. So it is using all the power of my my Titan Z in my computer to do this. Oh right, I forgot that when I do flips on this character now, they're like super crazy awesome. Whee! Anyway, yeah, so it looks like all things considered, pretty awesome for gaming, pretty awesome for just, working on spreadsheets in your bed, pretty awesome for, just remoting into your computer at the other end of the house and not needing to buy two computers to do that. So an odd thought occurred to me. Let's try running the game in the Steam shell, like through Steam. So I've now run it, and it made the launcher full screen with a black background, and now it is full screen, which is also awesome. Also, it appears to be running at a smoother frame rate because it's full screen, not having to display at different resolutions on two different monitors. So now we're going to give this the Radassume test with that, with it actually running through Steam. So if I hit Shift-Tab, see, I'm in the Steam thingamabob. So the shell is wrapped around it, and hopefully we'll get a good Radassume frame rate now. it is considerably better. I'm still noticing an input delay, but the frame rate is considerably better now in Radisum. So the trick is, if you're going to run non-Steam games, run them from within the Steam shell. And to do that, you just have to add a non-Steam game to your library by going to the Games tab and selecting. I'll actually walk you through the process of how you do it. It's pretty simple. So let me get out of this now that we've done a positive test there. So to do this, you basically go up to the Games tab and you say, add a non-Steam game to my library. It's the very last option on the menu, and there you can add whatever. So if you wanted to add Adobe Photoshop, for instance, I can add Photoshop and then add that, and now I can run Adobe Photoshop in full screen without any like hang-ups or oddities. Though I don't think Photoshop ever actually runs in full screen. I don't know why I would even use that as an example. But there are other games out there that you don't have on Steam that you might want to run using this, and you can, as long as they are actually in Steam, because otherwise some weird stuff might happen. Now for the real test. Can I play a fighting game? Let's see. Whoa, had a bit of a delay there for a sec. Okay, so I'm going to do some inputs now, and you're going to see, hopefully, me do some awesome stuff with combos and junk. Okay, failing miserably to do a possibly good combo, but you can start to see some frame rate lag where every once in a while it's like the picture doesn't quite come through. So it does have some minor communication issues, and I think that's just due to the network, honestly. So that is at least problematic, I think, for a lot of like Twitch-based and games where you have to have a lot of concentration and button inputs, very rapid-fire stuff. I guess I've got a couple problems with it because of these reasons, but all things considered, to be able to have my computer upstairs is pretty freaking awesome. Okay, I was actually able to beat the Skullgirl. I was able to beat the Skullgirl with this. It usually takes me like 12 tries to beat the Skullgirl. Now I have one more question for the Steam Link, because I'm a special brand of lazy you just cannot find in stores anymore. Does it transfer files? Let's find out. So I plugged a USB drive in, and now let's see if it comes up at all. I don't think it will. And it looks like it's not. But do not think this is bad. It's almost expected. I mean, really transferring a file over my network through this little thing, I'm sure that there'd be all manners of complicated issues here. I'm surprised it even works with input devices, but I mean, it has to. Otherwise, it can't do what it promises. So it's cool that they worked that out. But yeah, I mean, it's not totally perfect, and it's not like having your PC in the other room. You can't just hook other devices into it. So I'm sure a lot of third-party stuff like printers and stuff, you'll still need to network to it. You can't just plug into the USBs on your device and expect them to work. So there are some limitations, but really they aren't that I wouldn't say they're that bad. I mean, for some things I could imagine them bad. Like a couple other problems that come to mind are that you can't hook the Steam Link up to, say, a face cam. So if you're wanting to stream games while playing on your television, you can't then hook in a face cam or something like that to capture your reaction while you're playing the game. So if you're planning to go streaming, the Steam Link might not be the best option for streaming off of your television if you're going to be playing a game and streaming it. Also, another disadvantage is that any kind of webcam service, like if you're wanting to use Skype, you can't Skype through this. Also, USB microphones, and, well, I think just any microphone, really, unless it's connected to your computer, you can't just hook it into the Steam Link and use it. So if you've got a low-range, like in my case, a low-range Bluetooth headset, I couldn't just plug my headset into my computer and then use it with the link here. So there's a couple other problems with that, now that I'm thinking about it. The other big problem is you can't capture video game consoles. Like, I can't plug my Wii U into a capture device and then into the Steam Link and then have that reach my computer. I can't plug my PS4 developer kit into the Steam Link. I basically have to, I just have to capture those things individually using a computer and hook them into the computer using a capture device. But remember, this is only wireless. It's not connected to any wired internet. If you were connected to the internet or Ethernet directly at your TV, this would be faster. But I'm upstairs and it's downstairs and my Wi-Fi is on the other end of the house. So it's having to go from my computer wirelessly to the Wi-Fi wirelessly to here wirelessly, and still I'm only getting a quarter of a second delay on all inputs. And that is exactly what I wanted. Thank you for not being Steam Big Picture mode. Thank you for not just being Steam Big Picture mode. You could have been a walled off garden, but no, you're letting me use my computer from anywhere in the house, and that is amazeballs. You guys get every thumb. All the thumbs. I only have one, but if I had two, there'd be two thumbs up. Two. All 5 fingers up. Everything. Raise the roof. Everybody needs one of these. If you have a TV and you want to be able to use your computer from your TV, but your computer's in your office and it's a really powerful computer, but you don't want to move it into the living room to use it on your TV, use a Steam Link. Steam Link, $50 on Steam. I'm not shilling it. I'm just saying I love this technology and I really would like more people to have it because it's really convenient. Use your computer on your TV. People, everybody loves it. In this place, and I'm not coming back. Your impossible ways are fake for that. You had a million chances to say how you feel, and now I'm gone and I'll be gone for real. I'm gonna go to a place where I'll never see the sun, the moon, or the stars again. But that's alright with me, 'cause they'll never be heard again. Never be heard again. Hello, adorable kitty cat. You are adorable.